Hey there, I'm Chuck Moore, and you're listening to Grind and Flow, the Creativity Podcast, where I talk to artists, entrepreneurs, and other folks of note about their unique life and work journeys. Hopefully their experiences can inform and even inspire whatever it is you have cooking. So part of this show is about origin stories, and on today's episode, we've got a remarkable origin story now unfolding in real time. My guest is 18-year-old guitar powerhouse Grace Bowers, who's already shared the stage with Dolly Parton, Tyler Childers, the Allman Brothers family, to name a few. Rolling Stone called her out last year for an outstanding debut at the Newport Folk Festival. Iconic instrument maker Gibson Guitars also took notice and awarded her a sponsorship. And just this week, in July of 2024, she celebrated her latest birthday by making her debut on the Grand Ole Opry. Grace's highly anticipated first album is out now. Wine on Venus by Grace Bowers and the Hodgepodge is produced by John Osborne of the Brothers Osborne and available to stream in all the usual places. It's certainly Americana, but not what you might expect from a traditional opera performer. The first single is a reimagined, funky as you want to be version of Sly and the Family Stone's iconic Dance to the Music. So how did she get here? Well, certainly social media played a huge part. At one point, her live-streamed practice sessions were getting off-the-charts numbers on Reddit. We'll also get into her musical evolution, one that started with learning cheesy 80s hair metal licks and was transformed by the power of B.B. King. A key takeaway from my talk with Grace is about the downside of fame on social media, which she wisely addresses. But be warned, this episode, recorded last year, is admittedly incomplete. It's the beginning of a story. This is definitely to be continued. So let's hear it from Grace Bowers. You've got a very interesting story. Why do you think people consider you unique?
Well, I just turned 17, and I play like blues-infused classic rock. I mean, I play everything, but that's my favorite.
Obviously, that means that music means a lot to you. What is it about that music that drew you to it?
Well, when I first started playing guitar, I was 9 years old, and this is really random, but I was really into hair metal, like Winger and Rat and Motley Crue, like all the cheesy ones. I played that. I went to School of Rock, and I played hair metal songs like note for note for probably about 4 years. And I mean, I just didn't care about it, like, because how could you when you're just learning stuff that other people have already played? So I quit taking lessons for a little bit, and my inspiration kind of died. And then COVID happened, and I started going to a different teacher who like actually cared about music. And it was around that time I heard B.B. King, and I was just like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that on a guitar. And then it drew me into, like, I learned the pentatonic scale for the first time 3 years ago, which is crazy.
Why is it a big deal, and can you just kind of...
Do you want me to play it?
Oh, please, yeah.
Okay, so if we're in the key of A, the A pentatonic scale would be... And there's other shapes, obviously, but that one's really important because almost all of your favorite, like Eric Clapton, plays off of that so much. I mean, there's so much that can come from it, like... And that's just using all of those notes from that one scale. And there's so much you can do with it.
Tell me about B.B. King. How does this music make you feel? Where does it take you?
Well, I mean, it's emotional. I mean, he puts all of his feelings into it, and I mean, especially when he plays guitar, he can say so much with just like 3 notes, and that's really, not a lot of people can do that.
So going back to the hair metal, how did you get exposed to the hair metal?
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. My parents aren't musicians. No one in my family is musicians. I have no idea how I found it, but I did and loved it.
So I heard one interview you were talking about you discovered a certain music video really turned you on to...
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Jungle, Guns N' Roses. I found that music video probably when I was around 9. I mean, there's just something about it, like Axl Rose with his big hair, and it's just different.
At the time, Slash was very unique in that, this is cutting through. This is not what other people are doing. Tell me about, since you know that music, what's different about what Slash was doing?
I mean, I feel like there's, so especially in that genre, I wouldn't call Guns N' Roses hair metal, but that kind of 80s LA scene, there are so many like just people who are shredding just to shred, and I mean, it sounds like crap. I mean, there's nothing to it. I feel like Slash, you can sing his solos like they're that recognizable.
The melody, they're very
Yeah,
melodic.
exactly.
What is amazing about what you do? What makes you feel the best about what you do?
Oh man, I mean, I love playing live. I'm out almost every night, and most of the time I don't even know what songs I'm playing. And so I just hop up there and it turns into something. That's what I love about it. I think that's really cool.
So tell me more about that. You don't know what song you're playing. Obviously, I guess you just sense the key and kind of get the shape of it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of genre it is, but usually I do not know the songs we're playing. I'll ask someone what key we're in, and they'll say like A or something, and then I just go off a bit from there and see what can become of it.
What's a challenge or what's difficult about what you do?
That having to learn stuff on the fly so often. I mean, again, I love it. It's hard, and I love it because it challenges me. And playing with all kinds of different people. I don't have like a set band or anything right now. I'm sitting in with a lot of people, and it's all different kinds of music. I think that's really cool.
Do you recall a moment in your journey, in your development, when a light bulb went off or like, I've got something here. I'm not just pretty good at this.
Yeah, it probably goes back to when I, again, first heard B.B. King and learned some of that, like, started going into that, like, kind of blues world instead of, hair metal.
Right.
I mean, I was, at that time, was probably playing, like, 4 or 5 hours a day, just constantly learning. Like, you could not get me off the guitar at that time. That's where I feel like I discovered, like, a passion for it.
Anytime someone has a unique talent or a passion, sometimes it's hard to find your tribe. Like, I would imagine a lot of people your age aren't familiar with that music.
Yeah.
Did it take you a while to find your tribe? Have you found your tribe? And who is your tribe?
Well, certainly not anyone who's my age. There's a ton Nashville's full of incredible musicians, but it is really hard to find people my age who are in the same thing, especially since I do online school.
Who do you feel most comfortable around?
Just whoever welcomes me and, just doesn't underestimate me because of my age or anything like that. So lots of people here in Nashville.
Any advice along your journey you could give to others, young folks that are doing this, or even beyond just young folks, just people pursuing music?
Yeah, just do your own thing and don't let anyone else get in the way of it.
Where do you get that spirit, that attitude?
Well, I have a following on Instagram and other social media, and I get a lot of hate comments, and I've never, ever cared about them because, someone can comment, just something absolutely disgusting, and I click on their profile, and then that's when I realize, why should I care about what this idiot is saying to me over Instagram? It's just not something to waste your time over, I feel like.
Did it take you a while to get there? Did you have to build up, resistance?
Yeah. I did. Yeah, I'd say when I was in middle school, when someone would be being a jerk to me, I would definitely take that to heart. I don't know. I feel like it's just a mindset thing. Just tell yourself why should I care about that? Because it really doesn't matter. You just kind of have to have thick skin, especially when you're putting yourself out there like I do. Well, social media has helped me a lot. I think I've gotten very lucky in that department. I did lots of live streams on Reddit for a while. I was just sitting in my bedroom, just practicing guitar, and I just live stream it. And all of a sudden I'd be getting texts from people. Like my cousin texted me one time, dude, you're on my main page on Reddit right now. They eventually started getting 1 million views per stream. It was crazy. So then I started an Instagram, started posting reels, and they just started going off. We were still in California at this time, so we moved here to Nashville 2 years ago, my whole family. And then I started playing, I played my first live show when we moved out here. I'd never played live before.
And how old were you for your first live show?
I must have been 14. Yeah, I was 14 because then I got a Gibson endorsement. Yeah, now people just ask me to come and play almost every night. I'm starting to do my own stuff too, hopefully recording some new music.
Did you get stage fright early on, or do you still get it?
Oh yeah, really bad. When I first started, I remember sitting in a green room just petrified, absolutely petrified. And then the more and more I did it, it just kind of faded away. I don't get nervous at all anymore, but those first couple of shows, I was definitely a little beyond nervous.
So tell me about the Gibson, the G3 mentorship. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it's a 2-year program, and they chose, I think there's probably 12 of us, I think, all over the place. One of us is in the Netherlands, the UK, Los Angeles, and just all over the place. I believe everyone's under 18, so it's like a youth mentorship type of thing. And they provide, I mean, guitars, obviously, social media stuff, and they're just super supportive, and I feel like all the people at Gibson I can just go to for anything.
Cool. What are the types of, is it just like music lessons or like just having someone to
It's not really music lessons, it's just more like moral support.
What's it like playing the big festivals like you were at Newport recently?
Yeah, Newport Folk Festival.
Versus a regular gig? Do you sense any difference, or is it just one more chance to play?
There's definitely, I mean, I love both, and they're definitely different though. Like, I played Bonnaroo for the first time this year. I'd never been to something like that before. That was definitely a different experience versus playing like a dive bar out here.
What's on your bucket list of people to meet, experiences?
I want to play the Grand Ole Opry. That's definitely a bucket list thing right there.
Why is that? I'm curious, like, given your background, what appeals to you about the Grand Ole Opry?
I don't know, I feel like I've played almost everywhere else down here, and that's one that I haven't played yet.
Is there any classic country music that excites you? Like on the B.B. King level?
I love old school Willie Nelson. It's good stuff.
His playing?
All of it.
What do you think about Willie Nelson's playing, his phrasing, and about his intonation?
Oh, he has really unique phrasing both in his playing and his vocals. I mean, I don't think you can replicate it. I don't think there's anyone that can replicate it. There's just something special that he has.
What are some songs that stand out for you?
Buddy is a cool one. Are You Sure? Which that's an older one.
What are some of your favorite places to play around town?
All right, I need to put this into 2 categories. We're gonna have a dive bar category.
Okay.
The Underdog. I played the 5 spot last night. Dee's Lounge is cool. And then I've played the Ryman twice now. That was incredible.
It seems like you would appreciate the history behind the Ryman.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience stepping onto that stage for the first time.
Who did you play with at the Ryman?
The first time I was a part of the Allman Family Revival, and I played with Devin Allman, Dwayne Betts, Maggie Rose was there, all those people.
Wow, playing the Ryman with people named Allman and already checking off an Opry appearance from her bucket list. Grace Bowers, y'all, crushing it in Nashville and beyond. So good to see, and in my short time with her, I appreciated her talent and what I perceive as a quiet confidence that will serve her well. And the social media thing, maybe that's deserving of a tattoo. Why should I care about what this idiot is saying to me over Instagram? You can take that one to the bank, as they say. I think especially in this remarkably contentious political season. So thank you, Grace Bowers, for your time. And also big thanks to those of you listening. Please make sure to follow Grind and Flow on your favorite podcast app, as well as YouTube and Instagram at Grind and Flow Official. Please leave a review, a comment, a DM with your thoughts about this latest episode. We're eager to hear from you. Until next time, see ya.